What's going on, my people? It's me, Champion Yogi. I'm back here again for you, but today we're going to do something a little bit different than what we usually do. I know it's usually strengthening and power and getting stronger stuff, right? But yesterday I went outside. There's a little ballpark near my house. I decided to go outside, get back into some pull-ups and stuff. I was kind of having some missing feelings from Ninja Fit gym that I used to own. And so I wanted to go out and just get a little bit of activity in that bar park. I had a lot of fun, but today I am feeling that soreness. So that means the universe told me that you need some restoration. Let's get into it. So we're gonna have a nice and gentle restorative flow today. So if you're flowing with me, that's where we are. If you like props to be involved in your practice, you're definitely gonna want some props to be involved in today's practice. I have a block, I have a bolster, I have a blanket. I'll kind of show you a few ways that you can use them, but always use them in the ways that you feel most comfortable using them. And maybe take the advice that I'm giving you and see if it feels better for you or helps out. So again, a blanket, it doesn't have to be this particular type of blanket. It can be any blanket that's soft for you. That'll be a good space. A block, again, if you don't have a yoga block, a book can also help, or anything that kind of fits that shape as well. And a bolster is just a pillow. You can grab a pillow off your bed, off your couch, or anything like that. And that also can be helpful in some of the spaces that we're going to practice in today. Okay. We are going to get started in a child's pose. Let's head on down to the mat. Now, to get started with our flow today, you want to bring your toes towards the back of the mat. Bring your big toes together and then separate your knees as wide as your mat. Start to let your hips sink back into your heels and melt down into your child's pose. Now, to begin right here, this could be a very impactful space for you, right? Maybe the knees being down on the floor is going to be a lot. What I would suggest is grabbing that blanket, maybe going to a nice soft space like this, or even folding it a little deeper so that way you can have more thickness if you need to. Bring your knees on top of that blanket, and that'll offer you a little bit of support. Sinking your hips back into your heels may not be a space for you yet, and that's okay if it's not. Maybe what you want to do is come to these forearms in the front, and then you can bring your hands together, hold them right here, and just start working your way forward and backwards. So bringing your face over your hands, and then taking your hips back towards your toes. Again, face over your hands, and then hips back towards your toes. And just moving into that space right there will start to be restorative for you. It'll start to open you up and release you a little bit and allow you to sink down into a good practice for you. In this child's pose, you want to feel your breath. So take a deep inhale, exhale. Good. You'll feel your side body expand into your thighs as you inhale, and then maybe melt and get a little heavier as you exhale. Good. We're going to start to move the spine a little bit. So I want you to take your left hand and move it over to the left. And then let your right hand follow and go over to the left as well. Your entire body will lean over towards that left knee and find some length in this right side body. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, sink. And as you exhale, try to think about what muscles are engaging. Relax those muscles and let yourself sink into this space. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to head all the way over to the right. So take the right hand back to the mat. Bring the left hand to follow to make yourself back to the center. And then take the right hand over to the right. And then let the left hand follow, going over to the right, leaning your body over to the right knee, away from the left, getting a long side body stretch as you go through. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Let's bring it back to the center. Left hand comes back to the mat. Right hand follows. Once we're back into the center, let's take the neck and move it around just a little bit. Turn your head either side, left or right, whichever one's more comfortable for you, or whichever one you decide to go to can teach you something about yourself, the choices that you make and the sides that you choose to go to first without instruction. Take a deep inhale. Try to relax. Exhale. Good. Now let's lift the head up, rotate it over to the other side, and lay on the opposite ear. Let it melt down for a second. Try to see what muscles are still engaging and let them relax. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Good. Now we're going to come out of this child's pose. We've been here for a while. We're going to lift the head, rotate the forehead back down. And then in your inhale, start to lift your body up and push your shoulders forward over your hands. You bring your hands back just a little bit to offer yourself some support. Bring your knees a little bit closer together so they're underneath your hips. Separate your feet a little wider so they're just as wide as your knees. Good. With your hands down right here under your shoulders. Shift your shoulders forward a little more so the elbows and the shoulders stack right over those palms. Gaze down towards the mat. We're going to have a cat cow here. So take an inhale. Let your gaze go up towards the ceiling. Push your belly down towards the mat and rotate your hips forward. Try to pull your elbows together as you press your palms down into the mat. And then exhale, bring your chin back into your chest. Lift your belly button up towards your spine and all the way up towards the ceiling. And then rotate the hips back and find that space. Keep pressing through the palms. Two more times. Let's take an inhale, gaze up, belly down. Elbows coming together. Exhale. Chin into the chest, belly button to the spine. One more time. Inhale, gaze up, belly down. Exhale. That feels really good. Let's do one more. How about it? Let's go. Inhale, gaze up. And then one more time. Exhale. Let's get some side body stretch involved here. Come back to that flat tabletop. We're going to shift the weight over into your left knee just a little bit and take the right leg all the way back. Once the right leg goes back, keep the toe down right here. And then take a deep inhale. Exhale, I want you to slide your right foot over towards your left side and then look over your left shoulder to find that foot. Hold this side body stretch right here. Then on an inhale, take the right foot all the way over to the right. You can keep it down onto the floor and just have that lean. Exhale, take it back over to the left. Look over that shoulder. Hold this space and enjoy that stretch. One more time. Bring it all the way back over. And then bring it all the way back and down in the back of you right here. Now we're going to take this foot that's in the back and come to a low lunge. So take a deep inhale, lift the foot, exhale, step it forward towards the top of your mat. Take some time right here and adjust this foot. Move it around. Get it to go to the space where you needed it to go to, just in case that step wasn't in a good space for you. Right here, once we get to this lunge, we want to sink into this lunge a little bit. We got a nice little lizard happening right here. If you want a little bit more in the back, you could tuck the toe and lift the knee, but this is restorative, so we're chilling out today. And let's try to let those hips sink forward down into the mat just a little bit. You can also use your blocks right here. We're going to start to take a little bit of a hip opener and a lizard twist here. So bring your left hand down to the mat or that block. The right hand will come to the inside of this right knee. Press the right knee away from you so the big toe comes up and the pinky toe keeps sinking down, and these hips keep sinking down into the hips. Hold for three, three, two, one, and one. Good. We're going to take a long half split. So bring the hands back down, rotate the knee back up, lengthen the front leg out, and start to lift the front toes. Now, you can have some blocks right here to support your practice if you need to, or you can just bring your hands down to the mat. It's your choice how you like to do this. You want to start to lower the belly down over this thigh and then the chest to follow over this leg. So take an exhale right here. Let your body melt down and you'll feel that hamstring stretch start to happen right there. Stay in that space. If your body has shifted over to the left, try to bring it back to the center and have everything locked in right there. Only sink in as deep as you like and keep a little tiny bend into this knee if that's really uncomfortable for you. Just as much of the stretch as you need is all that we're going for. Good. We're going to take it back forward on an inhale. Good. And then we're going to take that right leg all the way to the back again. Nice and long, find that space. We're going to take a pigeon from here. So bring the right knee on an exhale towards the right ankle, wrist. And then take your right foot, slide underneath your body towards the left side of the mat. And this is how you start to find your pigeon. If you want to, bring your forearms down, or you can stay up onto your hands. And again, there's a space for a block to support you right underneath this hip. That back knee can bend as well, and that can support your pigeon as well. As long as this front leg is coming across the front and you're sinking that hip in, you got it going on for yourself. Remember, take that back leg back long if you're looking for a little more stretch, and then sink into Earth's gravity if you're looking for a little bit more. Melt into this pigeon. Breathe for 4, 3. We're going to take this pigeon straight to a space called half frog. Okay. Bring your palms back down to the mat. Lift your chest up a little bit. Take your right knee, right foot out to the right and start to let your body sink all the way down into the mat. Good. Once you've sunken all the way down to the mat, maybe take the right hand out to the right, left hand out to the right, and lay on your left ear. Let everything melt in right here into this space. You might feel like you're still squeezing your glutes. Exhale, let them relax, melt down. Beautiful. We're going to take the right leg, slide it down towards the bottom of the mat, and let it match with the left leg. So we're just in a nice laying space right here. Bring your hands forward, just a little wider than your mat. Press into your palms and start to lift your chest up. Exhale, bring it all the way back down. Good. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Squeeze the elbows into the sides. Press and start to lift the chest up. Maybe play around with the legs and the quads a little bit, lifting the right foot and then lowering it back down, lifting the left foot and then lowering it back down, having that space. A little bit of stretch right here into this upward facing dog. And then exhale, bring it all the way back down towards the mat. Press into the palms, come up to your tabletop. Good. Hips over the knees, shoulders over the wrists. Let's enjoy the second side of this stretch. Inhale, left leg goes back long. Exhale, cross over the left side, look over the right shoulder. Good. And then let's take it all the way back out to the left and nice and lengthen out. Side by stretch here. Good. And then we're going to take it back over to the right on your exhale. Looking over that shoulder, enjoying that long side by stretch. Inhale. Take it back over to the left. Good. Take it all the way back. And we're going to find that lunge. Exhale, left foot steps to the top of the mat and sink in. Again, this is a space for a block. If you feel like you need one, or if you don't, just stay into here. Sink in a little bit. Let those hips melt down. Got a nice little lizard here. If you want to bring the forearms down and come in a little deeper, take that space if you like to. If that's a lot too deep, stay up here with me. I feel you. You don't have to have the most. Remember, we're just trying to recover from a great workout yesterday that you had, right? Good, good, good. Let's press the knee away. We're going to keep the right hand down. Left hand comes to the left knee. Press the left knee away. Toes go up. Sink the hips down into the mat. Breathe through your stretch. Mm. Good. And then let your big toe come back down. And we're going to find that half split. Lengthen the leg back. Stack the hips over this back knee. Lift those toes. And then exhale, fold your body down over the front of this leg. You can melt as far down and as deep into that as you can. That's about as far as I go. But you go down and fold as much as you like. That hamstring stretch, it'll happen right here. And once it starts happening, you don't need to go any further than that. You've already got your stretch. But if you want to try to get a little deep into the stretch, feel free to take it down. And again, blocks are always welcome right here into this space. I'm going to shift it back forward and we're going to find that pigeon on this side. So inhale, take the left leg all the way back. Good. Exhale, left knee to the left wrist, left foot towards the right wrist. And then slide that back leg back, sink into this pigeon. Have your comfortable space. Do the pigeon the way you like it. Block or no block. Bend the back knee or keep it nice and long. If you can get the top of the quad down, that's going to be the best stretch for your quad muscle. Bending the back knee will release that and give you a little bit of a break. You're trying to sink these hips down into the mat. And the more you get this foot to come forward towards the top of the mat, the more engaging that stretch is going to be. If you pull it into your lap a little bit, it'll release a little bit. It won't be as intense. So have the space that feels good to you, that feels like a stretch, but doesn't feel like it's killing you. We're going to go to that half frog on the left side. So as we roll out of this, the left knee, left foot goes out the left side. The body comes down. We lay the belly down into the mat. Breathe right here. Try to relax the glutes, relax your back. Push that left foot away from you a little bit. And then see if those hips sink down a little deep into the mat. See if that left knee slides a little further away from you. Grab some depth. And again, relax those glutes, relax your feet. Relax your quads, let everything just melt down. Soften your floor if that's causing you to engage. And then let's slide the left leg all the way down and match with the right. Let's take a shoulder stretch right here. Right hand is going to go out to the right, nice and long. The left hand is going to come under the left shoulder. Good. Lift the left foot up and then rotate the body over by pressing into the left hand, letting the left foot come down and the left knee rise up. You'll find a stretch right over this right shoulder. Keep the palm down onto the mat. And then you can press a little more if you want a little more. You can go back into that left hand if you want a little less. If you want to take this left hand and reach back for that right hand to try to grab it if it's in your practice, feel free to do that as well. And even if you really enjoy this stretch, take that right knee as well and bring it up and get a little deep into that twist. Hold here, two, and then roll all the way back to your belly, nice and long. Good. We're going to take the left hand out nice and long. Right hand comes under the shoulder. Good. Squeeze that right elbow in. Right foot rises up. Press into the right hand to start rolling the right side of the body up. Right foot comes down on the other side of the left leg. Right knee comes up and then press to his hand. Again, if you need a little less, lay your body weight back a little closer towards this right hand. Let this right hand be a support. So have just as much stretch you need. And this right knee, again, all the way up gives you more stretch. Allowing it to lower down and just lay here gives you a little less stretch. Have the space that feels best to you. Maybe you have an injury like I do in your shoulder and you don't want to do too much and you just take the amount that you need today and be in a good space when you're done. For three, two, and one. Lower all the way back down to the belly. Let's come up to a tabletop. Using those arms. In this tabletop, we're going to thread the needle right here. So we'll start with the right side. Inhale, take the right hand up nice and long. And then exhale, reach the right hand under the body, slide it out the left side. Try to let your shoulder come down to the mat. Your hips stay stacked over your knees. Take your left hand and reach it over your lower back. That's a bind that I like. If you can grab the inside of that right thigh, that's cool, but just let it lay over the back. And then try to twist so the left shoulder comes up a little higher. Breathe here for just three, two, and one. Bring the left hand back in front of your face. Place it down. Inhale, press into the left hand. Reach the right hand up nice and high. And then exhale, lower the right hand all the way down. We're going to do the same thing on the other side just for a second. Inhale, left hand goes up nice and high. Exhale, reach the left hand under the body. Bring the shoulders down. Again, that right hand can come over the lower back, or if you want, you can take it over your head and allow it to help you twist up and get a little deep into this twist. Breathe right here. Just three, two, and one. Right hand comes back in front of the face. Inhale. Left hand comes up nice and high. Exhale. Bring the left hand all the way back down to the mat. We're going to roll it over and lay on your back. Once you're on your back, slide the legs down long. We're going to start with the right leg broken into release. So let's exhale, pull the right knee into the chest. Take your hands and grab that right knee, place them right over there and pull in. Now, this may be a lot for you to grab the knee and pull it into the space. If it is, feel free to take your hands to the hamstring and allow that top of that leg to relax. This is going to give you a little bit more of a quad stretch because you're actually pulling this shin towards this hamstring, and that's going to give you a little more quad stretch. But if that's not a space that's comfortable for you today, let that quad stretch go. The foot and gravity pulling it down in this direction is already working it out for you anyway, so you don't have to do more than that. Let's try to roll this foot around in a circle. You just want to roll around a couple times clockwise and counterclockwise. You just want to get as much mobility into the ankle as you can handle. Good. And then we're going to take it to the hip by drawing a circle with this knee. So rolling that around clockwise and counterclockwise. Remember, this is a ball socket. So we really want to make sure we get all the different spaces and ways that it goes. And that means if you want to release the hand and make that circle a whole lot bigger, feel free to do that. That could be uncomfortable for some of us. And if it is, bring the hand back to the knee and keep control of it and allow it to go to the space that feels good to you. Good. We're going to go to a falling tree, is what I like to call it. So we'll lower the right foot down to the mat, rotate the right knee out to the right, and then we'll bring the right foot into that left thigh. Lift those left toes off the mat, and you'll just find this tree. If you need to slide your right foot a little further down, it can actually stop on the knee right here. This is fine because we're not really pressing into that leg and we're not stacked onto that leg. But if you want to go down a little further, feel free to go down a little further, whatever feels comfortable to you. And again, a block can come under this right knee right here if you like. Mm. Breathe and sink into it. If you would like, you can slide that right foot away from you a little bit, go to the half frog on the other side. Now, half frog, when we're belly up, is a little bit more engaging than when we're belly down. And if you enjoy it, you can have it. That's okay. You can also extend the leg all the way out to the right if you like. We're gonna go to our spinal twist from here. Again, if you want to bring a block into play, place it right over here by this hip. You're gonna take the right knee, let it come up and over the body. Left hand will grab that right knee and guide it over toward that block or the mat on the opposite side. And remember, your block has a lot of settings. It can be up high to the highest setting, right in the middle, or even a little flatter. That's a comfortable space. Try to take your right shoulder and bring it back towards the mat, and right hand reaches out to the right. Your gaze can go up towards the ceiling. But if you want a full spinal twist, look over towards that right hand. Looking over towards this right hand may be a whole lot of engagement that you're just not ready for. And that's okay. Just look up at the ceiling and enjoy this engagement. Have a little less. Don't need the most because I promise you one day, if you keep up consistent stretching, you're going to need the most one day. And so there's be in no hurry to get there. Let's just enjoy a little bit being enough while that is the case. Inhale and exhale and melt into this. And then let the right knee come back up and over the body. Let's pull the left knee in. Wrap the arms around the knees. And again, you can just take them around the hamstring if that's more comfortable. And then just rock side to side for a little bit. It's your choice how good this feels to you. Hmm. Good. Now, right here, we're going to hold on to this left knee, let the right leg escape, and get on back down to the other side of the mat. Right here, we give this pull. Again, if you want to hold the top of the knee, hold it. If you want to take it to the hamstring, take it to the hamstring. Exhale, blow the air out of your belly so you can flatten out and pull this quad as close into your body as you can. And then let's start to roll the ankle around. You may snap, you may pop, and that's cool. Let's do it. Clockwise and counterclockwise. Let's take it to the hip, drawing a circle with the knee, using the hands for control, releasing the hands for more range. Your choice, whichever feels better to your body, is the one that you should do. And if you feel any pains or tightness or sharp bites in some spaces, just acknowledge them, right? Acknowledge that that's something inside of you that needs healing, and we can start bringing some healing to that space in a private session when you reach out to me. Good, 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 good. Let's take that tree pose now. Left foot comes down, left knee rotates out to the left. Block under the knee if you need the support, or if not, just be here. And again, you can bring this foot as far up into your thigh as you like. Try to lift those right toes up towards the ceiling. and just lay here and breathe. You can also extend that foot out all the way to the left or that half frog if that's the space that you want for your hips. But tree pose is usually enough for me, especially if you're just like me and you want to use this block right here. Hmm. Good. We're going to go into our twist now. So we're going to inhale, let that left knee come up. Right hand grabs the left knee and take it across the body. Left hand reaches out to the left, full spinal twist if it's in your practice, or just keep your gaze up towards the ceiling and sink in. Again, try to exhale. Take a note of your body. How's your shoulders doing? How's your lower back feeling? What are your glutes doing right now? Are you flexing your foot or is it just relaxed and melted down? What are your calves feeling? How are your toes? Can you use your exhales and relax all of these different spaces and just melt in and submit to the stretch? Yeah, bring it all the way back to your back on an inhale. Pull both knees into the chest. And you can have that ball again, but if you prefer a happy baby, you can take your peace fingers to your toes. Your hands can go around your ankles or even still behind the knees. Separate the feet wider than the body. Separate the knees wider than the body. And then exhale and try to pull those knees down into your side body a little bit. This is a happy baby. You can move, you can play. And if you like, you can spread the legs out a whole lot wider, get you some more range, have you some more space, right? It's your choice. It's your happy baby. Feel free to do what feels good to you. But again, try to keep exhaling and pulling those knees down into the side body. Okay, we're going to come up to our seated space now. So if you want to rock back and forth, you can do that. If you want to roll over to your side and bring your hand down to support you rising up, feel free to do that as well. Crisscross easy pose is what I would suggest. We're going to start with some cat cow. So the right hand comes to the right knee, left hand comes to the left knee. Inhale, take your gaze up and press your chest forward. Exhale, chin into the chest, belly button to the spine. Inhale, gaze up, belly forward. Exhale, chin into the chest, belly button to the spine. Okay, now let's draw some circles with these. So we're going to roll it around towards the right knee, left knee, and then pull it back as your chin comes into your chest and you go all the way back to the left hip, right hip. Press it forward, gaze up towards the right knee, left knee, back towards the hips. Exhale. Good, let's take it in the opposite direction. Take it towards the knees. Exhale through the back. Inhale around the knees. And exhale around the back. Okay, we're gonna have some side body stretches right here. Take your left hand out to the left, palm comes down. Right hand can rise up and reach over the head. We're just trying to lengthen out this right side body. You can bend this right elbow and let it fall over your head, or you can reach long and that just increases the range that's happening through there. If you need a little bit more depth here, maybe start to slide the hand a little further away from you, or you can even bring that forearm all the way down into the mat. Keep this shoulder twisted up though. It'll start to dive forward just to get the elbow come down, and this elbow will come forward as well. So you want to try to keep that elbow in line with your hip and this shoulder rotated up so it's all side body stretch. And again, if coming down to the elbow is a lot, just stay right here in the hand. You can also bend a little bit, or your block is there to offer you a space. Let's go over to the other side. Again, there's a lot of options, but make sure you don't go too far, just far enough that you can find your stretch. Inhale, bring it up, left hand down, right hand over. Because I'm saying this, you may look opposite from me, and that's okay. We're doing both sides. We're going to get that whole body one more time, up and over to the opposite side. Exhale as you sink in. We're going to take a twist around right here. So inhale, bring the body all the way back up. Bring the one hand to the opposite knee. So if it's right hand, left knee, left hand comes behind you and twist. Twist to the center of your chest hole right here. And then try to look back over your shoulder. Bring it all the way back to the center. Good. Left hand comes over the right knee. Right hand comes behind you and twist. Good. Come back to the center, and we're gonna roll the head around in a big circle right here. Take the chin, bring it down to the chest, and roll. So your left ear comes to your left shoulder, the back of your head comes to your back, right ear to the right shoulder, and chin back down into your chest. Opposite direction, right ear, right shoulder, back of the head to the back, left ear, left shoulder, and chin back down into your chest. All right. Lift the gaze up nice and high. Let's go ahead and lay back onto our back one last time. Take the feet out long. And maybe you want a little support here to bring that bolster underneath your knees. Laying back onto the shoulders and having those legs lifted can feel a little bit better than being laying flat if your tailbone appreciates. So this is a way that maybe you want to use your bolster. Or maybe you have a very large chest and you would like to take that bolster a little bit more up here. And that lifts your shoulders a little bit and lets the gravity go down that way. And now it's not into you. It's not smothering you, but you can still lay and relax and enjoy your space. We always have to adjust for what our body is and make sure our practice is perfect for us. So as you lay here in this savasana, I want you to just try to find some relax. Relax your forehead. Are we still comfortable? Relax your eyes and your nose. Relax your jaw. Let your shoulders get a little heavier. Let your body melt down as you exhale. Your glutes turn off. The quads and your hamstrings let go. Calves release. And your toes, they fall where they fall. Allow yourself to reflect. Reflect on the spaces that made you feel like you needed restoration, the hard work that you do in any space in your life. Reflect on that and acknowledge how you can improve, being better, less harmful to your body. Tools, modifications, and tips that you can use to make those activities serve you better. Invite any energy into your body that allows you to be improved. Reflect on your restoration practice today. Acknowledge whether you gave yourself the space to relax and release any trauma in your body. And lastly, set your intentions. Set your intentions for how you would like to move forward with the rest of your day, the rest of your week, the rest of your month, the rest of your year, or even the rest of your life. Be intentional and always practice self-love. Start to bring the energy back into the body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Allow your feet and hands to move, your ankles and wrists, your calves, your shins and forearms, your knees and elbows, your biceps and triceps, your quads and your hamstrings. all the way up to your hips and all the way up to your shoulders. Take a deep inhale and pull the energy from your hips through your belly and chest over your shoulders. And then exhale down your spine towards your hips all the way back towards your feet. Your next inhale pulls the energy from your shoulders up your neck, over your chin and mouth. Unclench and relax your jaw muscles. Let that energy roll over your nose and around your ears, circling your head, and then over your eyes, your third eye, forehead, and all the way to the very top of your crown. Once the energy reaches the top of your crown, you can roll over to your right, have a moment of fetal pose. And then once you're ready, press your hand down into the mat, lift yourself up nice and gently. Come back to that crisscross easy pose. Once you're in your easy pose, lift your shoulders nice and high. Bring your hands to heart center, please. Take your chin over your shoulder. Deep inhale through your nose. Loudly out your mouth. And then take the chin over the opposite shoulder. Inhale through the nose. Loudly out your mouth. And come back to the center. I want to thank you for sharing your journey with me today. I leave you with light. I leave you with love. I leave you with peace. Namaste. Thank you, yogis. If you enjoyed this restorative session, come in the comments. Let me know. If I feel the need, I'll give you another one. If you ask for another one, I'll definitely give you another. But I'm glad you were able to be here with me today. I hope this was very helpful for you. I hope it made you feel a little bit better. And I hope it gets you back up and ready to go for your next week. Come back again, do it again, watch it again, send it to a friend, like, comment, share, all the fun things. You can always find me at my website. If you're looking for some private versions of this, we can do that. Okay. Other than that, you guys take it easy. Enjoy your life long, happy.